Here.
What happened?
Welcome, seekers of the unknown, as we pull back the veil between the living and beyond. Unraveling questions that plague our minds, and oftentimes presenting the evidence that may prove them true. Let us take you on a journey where paranormal becomes normal, and where what is right behind you just might be echoes of the afterlife or something more. But fair warning, once you step into the supernatural with us, you might just stay haunted.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Stay Haunted, where apparently we're having technical difficulties.
What happened?
We're sleeping.
Above and beyond the foreskin that Carmela and Todd are wearing right now.
I can't stand it. Like, this is supposed to make people sleep.
It does. It looks like you guys haven't got to your bar mitzvah and your bar mitzvah yet. You still need the circumcision.
Actually, I don't need to have that done. Oh, my God, I can't be
Hello, everybody.
So for everybody watching, I'm just going to let you know now, we won't be here, unfortunately, next week because Chris has to travel for work a lot. And Todd and Carmela will be across the pond in London. That is why they're wearing foreskins, because that's their sleeping apparatuses for next week.
Got to be comfortable on that 6+ hour flight over.
Yeah.
But we will be back the week after that. So I apologize for that to begin with, but that explains the foreskins. And
that's funny. Now that you said that, Chris, that was
yeah.
Oh.
Well,
So you saw pre-snipped, now you saw after snipped.
Pre and post.
Pre and post, yep. Before and after pics.
Before and after. So we'll make this quick. Audra and I haven't done shit the last weekend because I literally got home late Friday night and turned around and left Sunday for work. So Audra is in Ohio in her office, and I am in Charlotte in a hotel right now. So Todd and Carmela, what did you guys do last weekend?
We were talking about it and we don't know.
We were talking. The Wander Plus pillows, it says it puts you to sleep in 3 seconds or in seconds. So I kind of forgot what we did over the weekend.
It put me to sleep. It gave me more anxiety.
Friday, honestly, I don't recall.
I
don't think we did anything. Saturday was Carmela's mom's birthday, her 82nd birthday. 28th.
Happy birthday, Mom.
And so we took her out to dinner and got some ice cream and stuff like that. And
we didn't do anything Friday.
I don't think we did anything.
And then Sunday again, we didn't do anything.
And then Sunday we kind of organized clothes for next week and stuff.
I did not.
And that was.
I did not.
Did we do anything?
I do it that night. Maybe that day, Sunday, because we're not leaving till late on Sunday night.
Maybe.
I figured out why those pillows say they put you to sleep in 3 seconds, because they cut off your circulation and your breathing.
Yeah, right. You can't think.
He could sleep in a second, not me. I'll be like whipping people in the head with it.
See, we've already derailed the show, and we were 3 seconds.
Yeah, right from the giddy up. So some of the WTFs or whatever. Yeah, we're going to the Festival of the Unexplained next weekend.
Oh, we were on podcast Friday night.
And that's what podcast Friday night. That's what it was. So. Paranormal Addicts. We invited us.
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan.
So, but yeah, it was great. It was a good time. So that was what we did Friday, and then just prepping for next week, and we're gonna go have some tea and stuff like that next week.
Everybody's leaving us.
Going to have some tea and crumpets.
Tea and crumpets
to go with your foreskins.
Pastries.
Yeah, we're doing a breakfast. We're doing a breakfast tea.
Morning tea.
Morning tea. We're doing.
What? No. What?
That sounds like such fun. Oh,
Tea and
We
foreskin.
tried to get you to come, right, Audra?
Yeah, we tried to get you to go to the pink place.
The pink place. We were trying to get you. We invited
Portions, whatever her name is.
Peggy Portion, something like that.
So for everybody watching, Todd and Carmela after the show last week was talking about going to London, and they were trying to convince Audra to book a flight, and working.
Being this close.
She actually did. She
I
came
don't
up.
believe it. She said, "Please tell me I have a job." I
Ah.
want to go to London.
Yeah.
They were
Doors would have been locked.
We're gonna start traveling.
Locks would have been changed.
Yeah, Audrey was coming with me.
I was going to go travel with Chris, and then Chris and we're going to travel to London.
Yes, we were going to London together.
So
But now I have to go alone.
yeah. So
Wow, this went off the rails fast.
all righty.
This went off the rails fast. Bring the choo-choo back on.
Sheboygan. Mary Beth knows where
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan. Hello, Everett. Mary Beth. Scott.
Sheboygan.
Anybody else in chat we missed?
There we go.
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan.
I think.
But we got some great guests tonight, right? We met them at the Battlefield Bash.
Yeah, the Gettysburg
Yep,
Battlefield Bash.
Gettysburg.
So let's get the train back on the tracks. We usually don't get it on the tracks this quickly, but this one is way off the rails. So, guys, tonight we have Micah, Watkins, and Courtney Knight. They're passionate owners of Ghost Coast Paranormal, where they host nightly investigations at the historic Savannah Theatre. Together, they lead guests 6 nights a week into one of Savannah's most haunted landmarks, blending storytelling, history, and hands-on paranormal investigation. Micah's fascination with the paranormal began in his childhood in California, where early encounters sparked a lifelong dedication to researching the paranormal. Courtney's journey started as an urban explorer, where mysterious experiences in abandoned places drew her deeper into the paranormal field. Now they are both based in its... Welcome to Charlotte.
Take one.
Now they are based in Savannah. Their combined knowledge, warmth, and professionalism have made the Ghost Coast Paranormal a trusted name in the community. Rather you are a believer or a skeptic, their tours make for a great and unique experience. Everybody say hello to Micah and Courtney.
What's up, everybody? How you guys doing?
Welcome.
Sorry about that, guys. That started really awkward.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys, I'm here to help you get the train back on track. Let's
Please.
or derail it more. I don't know which yet, so let's find out.
Let's find out.
So-
Which way to go.
So let's start with ladies first. Courtney, your journey started as an urban explorer. Tell us how, as an urban explorer, it got you deep into the paranormal.
Well, I was just one of those kids who kind of wanted to do something different that made them stick out. I wanted to be the black sheep of the family. It ended up being the black sheep of the family anyway. So anything I could to kind of put me out there, I would do, which meant breaking into abandoned buildings. Because why not? I do not condone that. Do not condone it, but I did. All right. And so, I mean, there were just some weird coincidences or something unexplained that would happen in these buildings, or I think I would see if, you know, and it just kind of made me wonder what else is really out there. So I started taking more of a scientific and looking throughout religions to kind of make my way into the paranormal, which is kind of how it started.
Oh, wow. So some of those experiences that you had in the abandoned locations kind of pushed you that direction.
Yeah. It made me kind of wonder, I wonder what else I could find.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Micah. It began in your childhood in California. What encounters did you have that pulled you into the paranormal?
I was kind of just launched into it, to be honest with you. My mom collected a lot of antiques and things like that. And our house was built in 1981, 1982. I was born in 82, so I went straight into that house. And I would say I was probably about 7 or 8 when things started happening in the house. We couldn't figure out why or what the rhyme or reason was to it, but it just weird stuff would always happen. Whether keys would come up missing. I know that's always a common story, but that's what happened in the house. Keys would come up missing. You'd find them in the vegetable drawer or somewhere that you're like, I was a hostess kid. I never was into the carrots and celery, so there was no reason for my keys to be in a vegetable drawer. And Yeah, vegetable drawer of the refrigerator. My mom pulls the keys
Was it with
out.
the carrots?
Yeah, and she's like, "Why would your keys be in here?" And I'm like, "Beats me, Mom. I have no clue." And so it kind of was. I don't want to say it was kind of like a family running joke for a little while. Like things would come up missing, things would move, things would happen, and it was like, "Oh, the ghost must have did it." And then it started becoming more known in the house. And it was, my dad was a big skeptic, and it was things like, me and my brother came home around the same time one day, and all the stereos in the house were on Larry King.
Ooh.
Nobody had been home all day, and every stereo inside the house was on Larry King, and we couldn't figure it out. My brother thought I did it, and I waited on the curb for him to come home because I thought somebody had broken into the house.
Right.
And so when we both went in there, he goes, "A good joke," and I was like, Aaron, I didn't do this." And he goes, "Well, the crazy thing was, what made him a more of a believer, I think, at that point, is our parents never trusted us, so they always locked the door. We were the kids that knew what we were getting for Christmas like 4 months ahead of time, right? So they had to lock the door, and the stereo in my parents' room was on Larry King. And so my parents came home, and they're like, "Who's been in our room?" And we were like, "Listen, this is what's going on." And my dad was like, "Nah, that's not happening. That doesn't happen." And my mom had her own experiences, and it kind of just became known in the house, and it became more serious. And then one night my dad had an experience, and he comes back and he says, "I'm sorry, I had an experience last night. One of the fans turned on by itself, and there was nobody else here but me." And he's like, I want to apologize for not believing in you. And that was pretty much where it started. And it kind of launched me into it. By the time I was 16, I was doing the same thing Courtney was, abandoned places. And by the time I was 19, 20 years old, I was investigating with groups, so.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very
That's
cool.
what got me into it. Yeah.
So Courtney and Micah, so the experiences, so Courtney, I guess first, the experiences that you had during the urban exploration, was there anything that was, I guess, what was the most kind of compelling experience that you had that propelled you? And then I guess same thing, the experiences that you had at your house, Micah, was it anything kind of, was it, kind of a positive or kind of, negative kind of experience, I guess?
I've never really had a negative experience even yet to this day. I wouldn't say like negative, but it's probably positive. My first ones that I really remember is I was sitting down because I think I was fixing my shoe. I think my shoelaces came untied. I was kind of sitting there, and I heard rustling from the very back one of the hallways I was in the building. And it was an old house, so there was like two bedrooms on the left and right side. And they kind of just were right from across from each other. And I swore still to this day that I think my mind was playing tricks on me, but I still don't know because it seemed way too real. But I watch as a hand and like fingers come over the curb of the door and then go back in. And then 2 seconds later, a figure darts across to the other room. Gone.
Did you get scared or you were fine?
I was fine because I really didn't. At first, I thought that maybe someone else was in the building with me, and I got a little scared for that.
Right.
Because I was supposed to be going alone, and I had already scoped out the place, and it's not really known. So when that happened, the first thought was honestly a police officer. And I was like, I'm about to go now. But no, I looked around and kind of pulled my pants up, and I was like, I'm gonna do this. And I went hiking back through there to see what I could find, and I didn't see anything. So I'm just like, okay, time to leave.
I'm done.
We love you, Jen. We love you, Mondo.
So would you say, Courtney, the first time you had an experience like that, you actually ran from it instead of chasing it to get the answers?
Well, I checked it out first, and then I was like, maybe I should get out of here. That was a little weird. I caught it early. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I caught it quits early. A little bit. Yeah, kind of freaked me out a little bit.
So at what point did you? So we know at what point Micah started chasing it, but at what point did you go, okay, this is not freaky anymore, I need answers? Did you start chasing it?
So that's kind of a difficult question because I really didn't find like-minded people, especially where I lived at before I moved to Georgia. I grew up in a very, very small town where I was already one that people turned their heads at. And, I'm like, devil worship or whatever, the typical is demonic type of thing. So I wasn't really one to start able to investigate or find like-minded people until I got to Georgia, which is about 7 years ago. So in reality, I started doing things on my own about 16, 17 years old, but I really started doing it when I moved here to Savannah, which was 2019.
Okay.
Oh, so you're somewhat of a newbie investigator, kind of.
I wouldn't say a newbie, no, because I've always had, I've always known what I was doing. So, I've been doing it since I've been like 16, 17 years old, which is about 10 years. But investigating wise and actually getting my hands on wasn't until about 2019. So like with actual groups and going in legally.
Right.
So, going in legally. It's always helpful. It's always helpful.
Yeah.
So now we know how you both got into the paranormal. How did you both come together in the paranormal?
Oh, well, shoot.
He didn't want to hire me at first, but it was actually a job. We both started as a tour company. He was my boss, and now I'm his boss.
Oh,
Even better.
So yes, yes, I didn't want to hire her. I thought she was just another goth girl that wanted to be a ghost hunter, and I was like, how much is she going to put into this? Is this an act, a YouTube, a Instagram thing? And then when I really started working for her, or when she started working for us, I really was like, yo, this girl set this whole building up in a matter of 30 minutes, and it's taken other people that we've had here that have trained with me, an hour and a half. And so it really was no question. She already knew the setup. She knew the camera setups. She knew where you should put the camera. She knew what she needed to know, right? And so working with her just became the easiest thing that I had ever done. So really just it really just clicked. I don't even know how it happened, to be honest with you. It just literally clicked together and it worked. Yep. And I kind of want to talk about and piggyback off of what you were asking her earlier about, like, was it positive? Was it negative? Because I think a lot of people out there, when we start having issues in the homes, like when I was younger, we all thought this was bad. Right? Like, we watched Unsolved Mysteries and we watched sightings in the 90s, and things, like, oh my God, this is horrible, right? And it was, it wasn't something until later on where, I was like 12, 13 years old. I'm like, this isn't bad. Like, nobody's being levitated, nobody's being thrown across rooms, nobody's, it's just, and it's not every day. It's just every few weeks or every couple times a week you would hear weird stuff, or so it kind of became to where I studied it. So we all remember libraries, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, exactly. Nowadays, I told somebody the other night, I was reading something the other night, and I go, wait a second, more like I was reading something the other night. Right? We used to go to libraries, so I would check out everything I possibly could. Books about spirits, about ghost tales, the actual lore of things. I mean, it always captured me, right? And then so that kind of turned into a more positive thing. And when I was 19, 20 years old, I wanted to be able to help teach people that you can take control of your environment. You can take control. There's nothing saying that it has to be a bad thing, because most haunts that I hear of, you're not hearing of demonic possessions. And I'll be honest with you, 24 years of investigating, I've run into maybe 2 occasions where it's been something of that sort.
Agreed.
Right. So I don't like it when everybody runs around saying demon, right? And so I think giving the people the power in the home, and it's not even necessarily giving them a cross or telling them to read a Bible. It's just empowering people to help educate and let them know that, hey, listen, your space is your space. So you don't have to be afraid of these things, right? So I think that's what more of it came out to be. It's like, this is not something bad. It's a phenomenon that it's right next to us,
Right.
Let's learn how to harness it, or let's learn how to study it, or that kind of thing. So
now, did you have any when you went to the library? Did you have, and you were going through the card catalog? Did you happen to have? Did you have a Ghostbuster moment? I mean, personally, if I would love to have that opening.
Oh, for sure. Well, it was every week, right? So I'd go pick out books, 6 books. Like, I think the limit was 6 or 5 or something at that point. But, you can keep them for 14 days or 13 days or something like that. And then you would go get another 6. And then it would be, I grab a book about demonic possession and I read that. And there were, it was always something, and it helped me. It helps today. I mean, sitting there learning these things, you can really, some people, like what do I want to say? Some people have wild ideas about what this stuff is, and it's just, listen, it's a phenomenon that I think it's natural. I think it's something that we have to live with, and it's just something that if we know more about it, we don't have to be afraid of it.
Well,
Right.
We like to describe it as people without their meat suits.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
We really don't know what we're dealing with, which is why we do what we do as us all together, right? And we wouldn't be doing this today.
So
Right.
we see you have mutual friends in 305 Paranormal, Jenny and Mondo.
Oh yeah, Jen and Mondo,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, fantastic people. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They are. Yep.
yeah. We met them a few years ago.
Miami.
Yeah, in Miami.
Miami. No.
He'll get going.
Well, we got to stay on the rails. We started to show off the rails. We don't want to go back.
Yeah,
off
Micah,
the
you're not supposed to take it off the rails for us.
Yeah,
bro.
sorry.
We
I
can
told
do
you.
that.
I might take it off. You never know. You never know.
You forewarned us. It's true.
No, we love people that are into this stuff, and it's really when you sit down and you learn who the people are that really want to know, instead of the people that are just trying to do it for a view or do it for a, I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? You know how it goes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are doing it for clicks and for their Instagrams and things like this. And when you really meet people that are into this stuff, like when I met you guys, this was something you guys are wholeheartedly into. When you meet it's a great community.
It is.
It's a great community. You meet like-minded people that, all of our lives, we've been doing this. We've had experiences. The first one, like everybody has a first story, or else we wouldn't believe in it, or we wouldn't continue to do this. Right. So, I mean, to me, it's just about finding like-minded people, and Jen and Mondo are like-minded people, War Party Paranormal are like-minded people. And I just love everybody that we've been meeting lately, because we've finally in the past year have gotten to get out and meet everybody. And
That's fantastic.
Big part of the community and stuff, and finding like-minded people, like you talked about.
yeah.
You thought I was weird until I found like-minded people.
Yeah.
So you're still weird.
Yeah, we've been
You're
together since high school.
We love you though.
Yeah.
I mean,
And prime example, like my mom took me out to lunch one time in elementary. She goes, "We're going to the Palace restaurant." And this was in Porterville, California, where I grew up. And the place was haunted. And I sat there and I talked to the server about it. And I talked to one of the cooks about it, because he was like, "Oh, if you want to know about that, you should talk to one of the cooks." You got to realize I'm like 9 years old, 10 years old at this time.
Mhm.
And I go back to school after my mom takes me to lunch, and everybody in the class wants me to do show and tell. I've been a storyteller since grade school. So like I just get there and I just told the story of what all these guys told me, and I was just, that's what I love doing. And I mean, nowadays to me, it's all about the storytelling, and that's what our job is, right? I mean, we give tours and stuff like that, and so I get really into the storytelling and then the enthusiasm of telling people stuff that they don't know and interesting facts. And
Which is why he's a storyteller and not
So a quick shout out to Frankie from the Parasite Project, who we're good
What's up,
friends
Frankie?
with. And
We just met at the beginning. We're gonna do a traveling thing. We're gonna switch.
Well, that's what we were talking about when we met you guys. And Frankie,
are they up in Jersey?
Yeah.
we're
with
20
them.
minutes. So if you guys come up, we'll be at the Ritz Theater when you
No,
guys.
We're going to New Jersey. We're going to New
November
Jersey.
8th. We'll be there November 8th. Jason Haas is going to be at, he's doing
He's doing the
a Para Unity.
Fair Unity.
So you're going to New Jersey?
Yeah, I'm going to go.
We'll be awesome. So we will get to see you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we'll be there.
we'll be
Todd
there.
and Carmela will.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, Chris and Audrey. Well, Chris and Audrey, you could
Just
always
come up.
you can come in for the weekend. Just
I just
saying.
started a new job
When is
on Wednesday.
I know. It's
November
that
8th.
weekend
You're
of
gonna
November
be
8th.
sick November 8th.
Yeah, you have to be sick, Audrey.
I just got to call in sick for her new job.
Yeah. I don't feel so well November 8th,
Right
9th.
here, in your chest. You can't get it out.
Wait, hold on. I'm starting to tune into my third eye.
November 8th is a Saturday.
I feel
You're grabbing
like,
in the wrong spot, Todd.
sorry.
And I do have to say,
Let
Jen,
me put this-
well, I was going to ask you about those.
And it's pink.
You guys getting a fender bender? Like, is that what those are?
No, those are our sleep pillows for the
No, they're the air.
this weekend.
Like, ow, my pancreas. That's awesome.
It's something, but it's not going to make me sleep. It's going to make me throw it.
Hopefully we sleep on our flight over.
We will not. I will not, but he will.
Okay, to get this back on the rails. So Micah and Courtney, tell us about Ghost Coast Paranormal. What do you guys do in Savannah?
Go.
Okay. Well, we just launched
go.
Ghost Coast Paranormal about last year. We're going on almost our first year. We used to, this is where I first met it, was a previous tour company we both used to work for. And some things happened to where, things just kind of go downhill with some businesses. And we were able to give the opportunity to take over and take place where that previous tour company was as our own tour company, which we established Ghost Coast as that tour company. And we took over the theater tours and we kind of made it better. We put our own little spin on it. And now we're more about helping people understand the paranormal to not be scared of it, which is really how and why we did Ghost Coast. Is that okay?
What's an average night look like for Ghost
Why'd you
Coast?
stare at me like that?
Yeah, that's great.
Why'd you stare at me like that?
I don't know.
You're just staring at me. It makes me nervous.
Don't stare.
Yeah, don't stare at me.
I'm sorry.
So I'm beginning. You guys are co-owners, right?
Yeah. 50-50.
You a couple? Okay, that explains a lot.
It's that
You didn't
normal-
put that in the bio. So
Yeah, no. I mean,
Tell
because
us
we,
what an
we keep
average
it
night is.
professional.
Yeah, we try to keep it professional.
no, you can be professional and be a couple. That's not a
Yeah.
problem.
We
So
don't,
tell us
but
on
we
an
can.
average night, what does an investigation look like with Ghost Coast Paranormal?
Go.
Go.
Go. All right, I got this. So every night what we do is Ghost Coast Paranormal is we bring you in and we lock you into the building, and it is an air conditioned building. We're not investigating like a dilapidated building or anything. So we lock you into a beautiful building. It's 207 years old. The existing walls are still the walls from 1818. And we lock you in there. We teach you all about the ghost hunting equipment. So typically Courtney will take you up and she'll teach you all about the REM pods and spirit boxes and music boxes and things like this that we have. And then she sends you down to me. And then what I'll do is I go through and I teach you about the history and the fun folks that that place is a who's who treasure trove of whoever was into acting in the early 18 and 1900s. So it's really crazy when you really sit down and you think about all the people that have been there. So I love to tell people those stories. And then I tell you the ghost stories that we have in the building. And then we end up back in the lobby. I give you AK night vision cameras. We give you digital voice recorders and K2 meters. And basically what we do is we set out all the equipment throughout the building. So every room that you go to within the theater has REM pod, spirit boxes, and everything in it. And it's not just piled up in one corner. We set it up typically how we would set it up in an investigation if we went out by ourselves. And so we'll put, something in one corner of the room, a REM pod in the center of the room and things like this. And we let people know, hey, you can touch it and you can move it, things like this. So they can actually experiment with the equipment as well. It's not, that's what this is about. If you see this on television or you've seen it on YouTube, then this is your chance. So that's basically what it's about.
And what do you do with the evidence at the end of the night? Do you share it with the people that investigated?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the thing is with having, because the way that we do our tours is we have up to 20 people that come nightly. So if we have a 15-person team that night, I call it a team because I always tell them, hey, listen, it's like we rented out this building for the night and we're here to ghost hunt. Let's lose ourselves for a few hours and get into this, right? And so the thing is that it's really hard to sit there and go through 15 recorders that have 3 hours or 2 hours on them every single day. We tried to do it when we first started and it became an everyday job, a 24-hour job pretty much, because every recorder and video camera took 5 hours to download. And then people wanted their evidence and we were trying our hardest to do so. But what we end up doing is if people have experiences or anything that happens in the building while we're there, or
Timestamp.
we timestamp, we get their recorders at the end of the night. Did you guys get anything cool at what time? We'll go back over that stuff. We'll record it for them right there. They can actually take it with them. And then we actually upload it to TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram.
So real quick, just to add to that, I think when we met you guys at the bash, I had mentioned that we were going to have, because Chris and Audrey, we just had on, I'm brain farting, McGurk from Stories in the Cemetery.
The who?
It was Stories in the Cemetery we had on. Why am I I'm drawing a freaking blank. Nick. We had Nick from Stories in the Cemetery.
Stories in there, yeah.
He's from Charleston, South Carolina, and he does a nightly, very similar ghost tour thing in Savannah, Charleston, South Carolina. And what he does is and just listen, what works for you guys, but maybe I could, if you're interested, I could pass along his information. But he does where he sends the information, the footage and recordings and stuff, via email or whatever to those attendees, and he kind of lets them do it. So that would take maybe a little bit of the burden off of you guys, and then he'll do kind of quick review or whatever. So just a thought. Hey, like I said, whatever worked for you guys. But when we had him on, it was kind of an interesting kind of way of how they did their tours and stuff like that. But whatever works for you guys. But I'm just always you can choose stuff like that.
And we always tell people at the beginning of up front what's going to happen, and people have always asked us, do we get the footage? Do we get this included in the money of the tour? And it's just me and Courtney, right? So when you're talking at least 27 hours worth of footage and this and that, having to go through it, it's not extremely possible. And so what we like to tell people is if we have people that keep, that come back a few times, they start to bring SD cards and things like that. And it's like, we could slam that in the camera for you. You could take your SD card at the end of the night. But we
would love to do that, but it's just not feasible. It's 12 cameras a night and 22 voice recorders because we give everyone everything.
Yeah.
So
we do the review. We've all been there. We doing a review, and it's tedious work. So it's
we did the same thing when we did. So we did very similar to you guys, except it wasn't a tour. When we were with Entity Voices Paranormal Investigations in Arizona, we had the Phelps Dodge Mining Hospital in Ajo, and we would bring people in and let them do investigations. And then Chris would do the review of the voice recorders. And when you had 7-8 voice recorders for the night, man, that was a pain in the ass. So I ended up telling the people, I will review. And if I catch a Class A that you caught on your recorder, I'll send you that Class A.
Yep.
I am not going to go through and pull out every Class B, everything. I'm not going to enhance stuff.
Exactly. We're
what we
openly
do.
honest, right? And so there's every night we'll catch something cool. And when we do, I record it and it goes, I tell people, if you want to see anything that is captured that is really worth it, that's not your typical brim pod going off or the stuff we get nightly at the theater, something really cool, right? Like you say, Class A. We upload it to social media on everything. All right. And we give people the credit who was, if they captured it, we'll, mention their name or their tag them in it, right, and give them their credit. But that's really the only thing, because doing this for 3 years, him doing it for 3 years or going on 5 years, 5 years now doing it, we just come to find out it is a little bit easier to just pick and choose which evidence needs to really be delivered.
Yeah, the best. Basically the best. Does that make sense? So
the red buckets always come up.
And red buckets.
So we always, we always encourage people, if they have a ghost hunting equipment, to bring it, but you never have to have equipment. We try, of course, we go to the Paracons and we bring some of the funnest stuff that we can find, right? So we bring all the new spirit boxes and all the new bells and whistles. Constantly updating it. And we also do go live. So TikTok. So every night, we have a tour. We do a TikTok live. And then what we do is the very next day, we upload that TikTok live to YouTube. So people can actually go back and watch the videos. And this is in one of the rooms that we believe have more activity than any other. So, yeah.
So we do have a question for you.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can find it here. We've been making fun of Ron for the last 5 minutes, so here we go. Here, I'll read it to you because I can't find it. Scott Riddick wants to know, and Scott Riddick is with PPIT out of North Carolina. Do you do private investigations for teams that don't necessarily need the equipment but want to investigate some of your locations?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we actually have one coming up on Friday.
Yep.
There you go, Scott.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Get PPIT's ass down to Savannah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Tell them to contact us. We'll get them hooked up with a good price, and we'll give them everything that we can. I mean, we give them. They can use our equipment, right? Everything's involved. It comes in the price, right? They get the 8-camera DVR system, access to all of our cameras, access to all of the equipment that we have, even if they do have their own, right? So we can literally knock the whole entire building.
I can put 10 8K night vision cameras through the building if you bring us 10 SD cards and you want to take that at the end of the night. We can set every one of them up on a tripod if you want. We can actually download the 8-camera DVR system. You can download that at the end of the night if you wanted it. I mean, it's literally, you can have anything you want. I mean, yeah.
For any team, right? For any
Road trip.
Road trip.
Yeah, I want to see PPIT do that review, because those of you that don't know PPIT, they have more recording systems and cameras and digital recorders than Folsom Prison.
Yeah. I bet. I mean, that's the way it feels. Like, that's what when you're talking about giving everybody their review or their evidence, that's what it was like. I wouldn't sleep. I wouldn't sleep if I had to do that every single day. You know what I mean? So what we try to do is, like I said, we let people. I'm just going to be real with you. I always tell people to live in the moment. Like, it's great to have the evidence and it's great to have stuff, but go there and have an experience. Go there and enjoy your time in there. Sit down, relax on a certain level with the spirits. And that's my thing. Is there's some people that walk in there and they're like, I'm a skeptic. And I'm like, as long as you're not a cynic, like if you're open-minded and you can walk in and just have fun with the experience, then come on, let's go. And we've had people walk out that are just still skeptics, and we've had people walk in skeptics and walk out and they're like, dude, this really changed what I thought about this stuff. So it's great to see that kind of stuff.
So Ron made a very good point. You guys need to go see Ron and Lourdes when you're at the New Jersey Expo.
Okay.
Because they have the
Digital
TDSE experiment where they use real-time communication.
Yeah. Did I talk to him?
You might have talked to Ron at Gettysburg Bash. Yeah.
I might have.
We were there.
Yeah. Yep. That's awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
We're making our way up there. We're excited. It was kind of a last minute thing we decided on. So I'm like, why not? Let's go. So we're excited.
It's been fun getting out and to meet everybody. Like all these, I mean, I really, I talked to Jason Hawes on FaceTime the other day and I was like, this is the pinnacle, bro. Like, what the heck? Like this, man. Like, I was so excited. Like, it's meeting everybody in the community is just, it's awesome to me, man.
So quick question. The theater, is it an active theater, meaning are they still doing shows, productions?
Oh, yeah.
Like the Frankie and the Ritz Theater by us here in Jersey.
Yeah, it's the longest continually operating theater in the United States.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Frankie, did you converse with Frankie about that? He may.
Yeah. We
I remember you guys had that conversation, right? So
yeah, he asked. I think one of the funny questions, he goes, "Well, how old is that theater?" And I told him how old it was. He's like, "Whoa." I was like, "Come on, dude! Like, you gotta go, man! Like, come hang out."
So I'm going to ask you. So the history. So talk a little bit about the history. Obviously, since 1818, it was when it opened. I know you're going to go through, talk about the years. I'm curious to know that 70s times period, if it was that seedy period there, like, the Ritz Theater. I didn't know if it has that kind of comparison with the Ritz Theater or whatever, theaters at that time frame or whatever. So
like the design of it?
No. 70s
like
porn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, we had that too.
Now I can't find. Now I can't.
Wait,
find
back up.
anything.
What?
Yeah. No, I knew where he was going with it. I knew it from. I knew it from the second he said "see the things." Yes, and I do believe so, because the thing is, I can't find anything that directly links me to that. But there was newspaper articles, letters to the editor, things like this that said, how can we have church service on Sunday and be showing nudie movies on Tuesdays and Thursdays?
Well, because you repented.
Yes, exactly. Because Sunday, yes, you repented.
That's right.
You do. Yes. I mean, yeah, but the theater is absolutely phenomenal, you guys. It was built in 1818. It's not the original building, not the original facade, not the original interior, of course, but the four walls that surround that building are still from 1818. You can actually touch one of the walls that's still uncovered in the building. They left it so you can actually touch 1818. And you guys, we've had everybody there. I mean, you talk about the Booths. So John Wilkes, Edwin Booth, their dad Junius. We've had Miss Lillian Russell. If you know anything about Lillian Russell, she was the quintessential diamonds and jewels actress in the United States. Tiffany and Company actually made her a bicycle that was encrusted with jewels and had diamonds encrusted in the spokes. I believe the bicycle's in Michigan. So you're talking about the Barrymores, and you're talking about Julia Marlowe, and you're talking about Flo Ziegfeld and Ty Cobb, and Woodrow Wilson did a speech there, and it is the home. It's where the cornerstone address of the Confederacy was said, and that is the start to the Civil War. So if you actually look up the cornerstone address of the Confederacy, it was given by Alexander Stephens in 1861, and it was the speech that led to the Civil War. So we like to say that the Civil War technically started in that theater.
That's wild.
It is wild. It's wild. And everybody looks at me and they're like, wait, what? And it's written history. Look it up.
Wow.
Yeah, it's written history that's where the speech was given, to where the South actually spoke what they wanted to do. And it led to a war 2 weeks later.
Which was no bueno, but it is
No.
what it is.
Yeah.
Ironic how words can do that.
Yeah, and I always tell people, on the tours, it's like when somebody approaches a podium in this country, we tend to listen. Whether we believe it or not, we tend to listen. And so that was one of those times in history where somebody approached a podium and said some things that changed lives literally 2 weeks later.
So is there just thinking, going on that topic, so is there a recording or an actual copy of what the actual speech was verbatim?
You can find it online.
And then have you ever had EVP captures or something related to that in the theater?
I'll be honest with you, residual type instances or well, hold on a second. Residual type instances where we're thinking of like things recording in times, or like somebody would be repeating a speech or words or something like that. It's actually rarer in our theater to get residual type haunting than it is to actually get full active intelligent hunt. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah, so we actually have spirits inside the building that it's direct contact. It's like direct responses to people. It's leave. It's F you. It's there's a certain spirit in the building that calls Courtney a whore on a nightly basis, or weekly basis, I should say. And so things like this, like there's more intelligent response than there is. And I have not caught anything that has suggested towards that speech.
Really, have you looked for it? I have personally have not even asked about the cornerstone address, or even kind of done questioning
around it.
Around it, which honestly might be a good place to even try it on the.
I was gonna say, I think we just found a trigger.
Yeah,
we might have
that. I've never even thought about that, which is kind of weird. We talk about it every night, and I just don't think about it.
Especially if you're getting intelligent responses.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
It could
Direct
be
questions
that
might
response that
actually
they're like,
get
what
you
the
to
hell?
where you
Like,
want to be.
let's go back, maybe trying to say, hey, let's do this again, type of thing.
It might be. I'm really into like role playing and like
Oh, hang on, different type of show there, Micah.
It's all the same show, buddy. It's all the same show, Chris. It's all the same show. Yeah, let's go, baby. So yeah, I like role playing. I would find it interesting to actually have somebody dress the part in the time period, put a podium up there, have somebody come out and recite the speech. I mean, it's not the best of speeches, trust me. It's disgusting. But
honestly, emotion is sometimes the best trigger objects to get
an intelligent response from it. Then then it works. So,
and we have done experiments where we've walked into rooms and we're like, you guys, let's try to put all of our energy into this room, and we literally sit there and like, come on, let's go, and then have some crazy responses. We've had dance parties too.
Which really works.
Nice.
Throw a rave.
Yeah,
it was pretty,
like a ghost rave.
We have some pretty character ghosts. You got to imagine it's a theater, not an insane asylum, right? So from the beginning, that place, it's been a theater since 1818. You know, we're talking about
Wow.
December 4th, 1818 is when that place opened up. 5:30 p.m. exactly is when the doors opened for the first time, and we've literally never have shut them.
Wow.
It's been a continuous run in theater since 1818. Like I'm telling you, it's from 31 to 79, we did movies because that was the big thing. And it was still a theater house. So it was still considered a theater. We also did live action theater on top of that. So yeah, we still do live action theater to today. We just finished A Few Good Men. We finished up Hairspray a couple months ago.
A Few Good Men?
Yeah.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the it
was so intense.
Oh, it's so intense, bro. And it's not a musical, right? So it's like it's a real sit down, heavy.
The energy in the
intense show.
It's intense.
Yeah, and then we got Divas opening up this week, so we'll have all the
Divas of the decades,
all the beautiful actresses that work in the theater, and Michelle, one of the girls that runs the place, and we have Miss Huxley Scott, which is history to me and history to that building. And her granddaughter is going to be performing as well in Divas. Miss Huxley Scott is a beautiful Black woman, and she's
talk about her every time.
She's older than I. Let's just say this: I never like to date a woman, but she is older than I. And when she was a child, she was not allowed in that theater. 20 years later, yes, 20 years later, she performed on that stage, and she was inducted into the Jazz Hall of Fame. Her voice is phenomenal.
Right after.
And the granddaughter is just right. Oh gosh, her granddaughter's voice will stop an army. It's nuts for sure. Yeah, so that's literally living history. And I mean, we have people that still work in this building that worked with some of the spirits that we have in the building. So we have Bob and Bill in one of the dressing rooms, and his name was Bobby Patterson, and he passed away about 6 or 7 years ago. And when we first started investigating there, we started getting his name, and then one of his partners named Bill Stars or William Stars was one of the directors there as well. And we believe that we have William Stars and Bobby Patterson in the building as well, or at least they stopped by. So.
Yeah, I was actually just getting ready to ask you if some of the intelligent responses that you've gotten are from, previous performers, stagehands.
Most of the intelligent responses that we get throughout our investigations is from the spirits that we do believe that have been there. Right? We've gotten like documentations, or we've gotten these stories, right, that have been passed down that we know they were from that building, and the ones that we've gotten kind of, corroborate with what's been going on in the building.
And when I first started investigating there years ago, I didn't know all the history. I really didn't. I'm not going to lie to you. When we first started ghost hunting there, it was like, oh, here, let's go do a ghost hunt in the theater. They're going to let us in. And then all of a sudden it was like, hey, do you want to do tours here? And they were like, this would be fun. And we just went head first into it, started tours. And then once I started learning, we started getting all these names. And then I started going back, and we talked to storytellers that have been telling stories in the city since the late 80s, 90s. And it's like, hey, these are the things that we're getting in the building. They're like, well, that matches right up with everything that's supposed to be going on in that building. So when you start correlating things, it starts to match up.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, we feel spoiled. I'll be honest with you. There's places that we go to and we're like, nah, you know, and then we're like, let's go home. We love the theater. You know, throwing the MacabraCon there a few weeks ago was what we were trying to do is highlight the theater and the grandiose of it. Like you know, you walked in and you had all the vendors right there in the mix of everything, to where when there were speakers on stage, you were right there in the auditorium with them. And we just love the place, and we hope that when people come visit and they get some really cool evidence out of the place, that they really love it as much as we do.
So Micah, you brought up MacabraCon. Go ahead and talk about MacabraCon.
Yeah, so MacabraCon was a quote unquote Paracon. We're calling it the MacabraCon. We're going to try to do it every year. This was the first one. We just kind of want to test the waters and see how it would actually work in Savannah. And we had a fantastic turnout. We had a bunch of great people come. Jenna Mondo joined us, and War Party Paranormal, and Mike G from Para with My Normal, and Beacon TV was there. We had WSAV. We had all the news stations there. Visit Savannah. The Hearst tours in town. Everybody showed up to make it an event, which was it was beautiful. I mean, really, to have the backing of the city was the best feeling in the world. And we have really great partners, Dylan and Bridget from Witching Hour Paranormal, and it was just everybody made it. Wasn't us. It wasn't just me and Courtney and our partners Dylan and Bridget. It was the city that made it an event. It was beautiful. It was really cool. And so what we tried to do is we tried to showcase local. I mean, we're a ghost city, and so we brought everybody into it, and it's. I hope that it continues every year, and we're planning on it. We're already planning on it again, and all the vendors were local. Most of the tour companies and things like that that were involved and actually helped with sponsorships were all local companies. We had local coffee house and in-house to where you can get teas and coffees and donuts and things like this on the spot. And so it was just a really cool event. We opened up with Valentine Wolf. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. The wife sings operatic, macabre poems. So Dickinson poems, Edgar Allan Poe poems, and her husband plays the electric bass. And so it sounds like heavy metal. You know, it's really neat. It's a really cool experience. So we had them open the place up on Friday night. We had Ghosted Savannah Improv there that same night. So it was an improv show about ghost hunting and ghost stories and things like that. And everybody had a blast. And then we finished the night out with a Victorian style seance. And we actually...
Which hadn't been done since Mary Todd Lincoln was in our building holding seances after Abraham was assassinated.
Yeah, that was the first time I know that. Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this place, I can't even sit here. We would be here for 4 or 5 hours. If I could sit here and tell you everything that's happened there. We've had Bram Stoker in the building, Henry Irving, which a lot of people believe is the basis for Dracula himself. Henry Irving was an actor from Europe, just like Bram Stoker. And Bram Stoker was actually Henry Irving's manager. But you had stuff like that going on. You had Oscar Wilde in the building. He was doing things. He actually lived right down the street, right above an old Jimmy John's. His apartment was right. It turned into a Jimmy John's while we had a location downtown. But he had an apartment right above that. So he was actually doing writing scripts for that stage. So when you're talking about, you know, it's crazy.
We could go on and on.
So Ron had a good question. What the fuck is that noise?
Do you guys hear that or no?
Sounds like
I heard it.
yeah.
Sounds like something's growling.
Screaming to me.
Yeah.
I heard it.
I heard it.
I thought maybe it was a dog barking or something.
Well, I have a dog in my hotel room, so
Our
The
dog
dogs are quiet right now.
Yeah, ours are
Yeah,
too.
ours-
Our-
that was twice. That was fucking weird.
Yep.
Our dog, even the dog in where Audrey's
She's
at, our
laying
dog
right
doesn't
here.
do that. Yeah.
All right.
I didn't hear anything.
I-
Everybody, even the audience heard it.
No.
Really?
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
Yeah.
Alrighty.
so let's step back. Ron had a very
Try
good
that
question. How much do the paranormal events at the theater help maintain the theater?
You got to understand, we don't make a ticket price. me and Courtney, we do not make a ticket price, so everything goes back to the theater.
We get paid as salary contractors. So we're contracted out as like a tour company to host their tours for them.
Mhm.
Right.
And so everything that goes when you buy tickets, it goes straight back to the theater. The paranormal events is brand new. We just started that for the theater. So the Macabre Con was one of the first of many events that we do have planned for the theater. Like, in all honesty, the theater, we just kind of, they're trusting us, right? There's been some things in the past to where hosting events weren't for them because they had trust issues, right? And so we're kind of opening that door to kind of bring them more of the paranormal side of things. Yeah. So
Did you hear that?
We hearing it?
Maybe it's an echo.
That noise is coming from behind Micah and Courtney.
Do you have somebody else there with you? Not in your room, but somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, I have my roommates in the back.
They're in the back, but they're completely quiet.
All right.
Okay.
Maybe it's just echo from this speaker.
No, it sounds like it's coming from in the room that they're in.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
like a
Not to freak you two out or whatever, but
Oh no, I'm not freaked out because we believe that there's something in our house.
We do have something in the house. It's a peeping Tom.
He's a peeping Tom, supposedly, from what we understand.
Oh, a peeping Tom?
So
peeping Tom ghost, yeah.
So I want to say this. So everybody go back
Wow.
about 9:55 to 9:58 in the program. Go back and listen to the screeches and screams that we're hearing. It's coming from behind Micah and Courtney.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the room with you guys. Whatever's making the noise. And I'm not trying to get you guys to go back and watch the program after we're not live anymore because we don't make any money off of this show, guys. So it's not like I'm pushing to make any money.
Nice promo, baby.
I like that. Genius.
Share it on every platform you have, including. No, I'm just kidding. I'm telling you that noise is coming
about
in,
this. Yeah, we were just talking about this earlier. Well, you got to understand, we collect a lot. So,
all right.
I don't know. Huh?
What kind of goodies you got?
Oh, we got all kinds of goodies. I mean, I can't even begin to start. I have an occult collection. I got books that are actually signed by like Aleister Crowley and things like this. And I don't know. Who knows?
Give us your one best favorite piece.
If you could choose one.
If I can choose.
Can I choose two?
Sure. You choose them.
Okay. All right.
Hey, really quick, guys.
Together, it kind of.
UNX has already left the program. We're gonna go live for a few more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We kind of put our collections together, so I don't know what his favorite things are, but I know my favorites. I have an original 1920s wooden oak coffin that I got my hands on. Okay, so I have that, and then my second favorite is I have some actual patient files from a insane asylum that I might have found and took from a place.
Don't know anything.
Yeah, so
there it is again. There it was again.
Did you hear it? Well, this is Lacey. If you hear the moaning, Lacey's moaning next
No,
to me.
it's not what I heard.
I heard a voice, but I heard a
I
female
heard like a
voice
talking
that time.
or something that time.
I hear it.
Is it me lagging?
No,
No.
I didn't hear. I don't know.
you hear it?
No, that could be Lacey.
Well, that could be Lacey
Our
moaning.
No,
Our
dog
dog's
is right
what I'm
now
hearing.
moaning.
Lacey, stop.
Shut that door. Yeah. So there's right across from us is a pantry door, and one night I had came into the house and I stood here in the kitchen. I just looked into that pantry, and my third eye was going crazy, and I just.
Is your dog whining?
She was just whining.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I came into the kitchen and I just looked into and I knew somebody was there, and I was like, I don't know who or what you are, but you're not allowed here. And he don't leave.
He's just so weird.
Yeah.
All right, Micah, give us your
Okay, Micah, what?
Oh gosh. I don't even know. I'm not a.
What do you have? What's your favorite thing from our collection? What I have, or what you have?
Oh goodness gracious! Probably one of my favorite things that I have. I always keep it in my car, and I don't know why. I just do. It's from that house that burned down.
Oh.
That was one of my favorite places. It was an old antebellum home. It was out in the middle of Darien, Georgia, and it's the house right across the street was, I think, the basis for Gone with the Wind, if I'm not mistaken. Am I not mistaken? Is that what it is? And it was about Sherman's army marching in. And anyways, this house was burned down by some people that didn't like the history behind it. And it was the most gorgeous home and the most gorgeous area that I've ever seen. And I loved it. And we went out there one day and the place had completely burned to the ground. And I took a memory. And
What is it?
it's brick. It's just handmade brick. It's like an old.
Oh, wow.
Because I forgot the name of it.
I think that might be feedback.
I hope it's feedback. Fuck.
Yeah.
Because when you said Gone with the Wind, it went, no.
Yeah.
Island Plantation.
Butler Island Plantation is what it was called. And so it got burnt down, and that's one of my favorite pieces. And I mean, I have a lot of stuff. I had a friend that his wife ended up passing, and they gave me a bunch of stuff. And I've got tarot cards with, they're all signed by the artists and things like this. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of those things just kind of stay tucked away. And I'm not a big, I'm not a big religion guy. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the things like the books and things like that, they're interesting to me, but they don't hold a whole lot of value as far as like the content of it. It's just cool to have, right? So, I mean, I think that's kind of the thing is, we do have a few pieces that,
It can't be feedback because it's only when he talks.
No, something's responding to Micah.
He said Gone with the Wind and he said no. He got angry that you were talking about Gone with the Wind.
Whatever you just said, something just went, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Let me say something. Nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
Talk again.
I can hear the dog whining. It's not the dog.
Yeah, no, I was thinking
check 1, 2. Is it like reverb or anything, or like?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so because it's only when you're talking.
And we've heard of what sounded like a female voice and a male.
Once.
I mean, it could be feedback from you guys. It's possible, but
I don't think so.
I'll be curious to go back and watch.
Well, the feedback is not matching their voices. That's
Right.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
That's
like a angry man or something. I don't want to make you angrier, but Lacey, stop. Come on.
No, we can hear the dog. It's not the dog.
Right.
Okay?
So one of the roommates, she's psychic, and she gave us a call one night, and she goes, "Who's the man that's outside your window?" And we had not told her about the guy in the pantry, and we're like, "Why?" And she goes, "Because he is attracted to the red light that's on the porch, and he was drawn to here, and he just hangs out and watches."
Oh.
I don't like that. I've named him Philip.
Oh, you've named him Philip?
Philip.
Oh my lord! Now we're giving him a name.
So Philip, if that's you, hey Philip.
Philip, can you talk through this? Can you talk through this device that we're talking through? Can you come and tell people hello over this live?
Nope, doesn't like the
No.
attention on him now.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know. I have no clue.
He
Yeah.
comes and goes.
That's
He doesn't
interesting.
stay. Yeah.
Interesting.
He drops by.
But yeah,
All right. So,
I kind of threw it off track. Let's get this back on the
No, that's
rails.
To be honest, that was like a makeup off the tracks because we haven't been off the tracks in probably like 3 or 4 shows. So
Yeah.
that caught us up. That was like catch up on off the tracks.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
all right. So we've gone over the time limit for the show, which is all right because we can do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and promote Ghost Coast Paranormal. Where can they find you guys? Where can they book a tour? Where can they book private investigations for the theater? Spill it all, man. This is your time.
Everything you can find us, Ghost Coast Paranormal, literally on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Our number is on there. If you want to book a private investigation, we do want to, please call us. Call us, text us. Don't call the theater. They're not going to book you for the paranormal tours or tickets. They can in the box office, but we know everybody, right? We know our paranormal friends and family. So we book the privates and the tours from us on our phone number. It is actually 912-744-9520. I have it right here in front of me, just so I happen to know that.
Say it again.
It is 912-744-9520. You can call us or text us, and it goes to both of our phones, so either one of us will answer that. That is if you want to book a private or even have tickets. We do them 6 nights a week. Tuesday through Sunday. It's starting at 10:30 p.m. and we go until 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning.
All right. So we got
Facebook page, websites.
Yeah, so you can actually find us on the historic Savannah Theatre website as well. So as soon as you go to their website, it'll pop up and say paranormal investigation. You can book tickets through there as well. We always say that if you want to do a private, do give us a call, and we can actually work something out with you. Depending on time of year and things like that, and what kind of shows are going on, we can actually try to work better prices and things like this out for you. And then definitely, if we have any listeners here, they come and see us or call us and want to book a ticket. I will give anybody that wants to come in and they mention this show 10% off on all their tickets. And so I just mentioned
Look
where
at
you
that.
see us. Yeah, absolutely.
Very nice.
Yeah, and we just want people to come and get to know it, experience it, and get to know it just like we do, So, yeah.
We'd like to travel, so we,
I would definitely love to have all you guys come down.
We'll be down with,
Yeah,
maybe with Frankie. The Leo trio, as we call us, the three of us. We'll maybe road trip down there, and we'll bring Chris, and hopefully Chris and Audrey can come too.
Come on.
There's all kinds of weird stuff happening on this one tonight, on this podcast. Somebody just popped up and said my phone started typing everything that she was saying.
Oh, really?
It's Everett.
Oh.
And Everett's kind of a skeptic. So
Yeah.
I have my superpowers.
I love when people, they come in and they're like, I'm a skeptic, and it's cool. I honestly, we need a good skeptic in the group. Yep.
Right.
No, I mean,
True.
when I come, I'm a scaredy cat. I'm a big dude, beard, and the whole 9 yards, tattoos, but I am the hugest scaredy cat. And when I come running out of the room, and I'm like, oh my God, if Everett can go, hey Micah, that was just pipes. Somebody flushed the toilet. That's what I need, right? So I always tell people I welcome skeptics to come in, and we'll take anybody and everybody. And so we just love having people come out.
that's fantastic. Micah and Courtney, thank you guys so much for being on the show tonight.
Thank
Guys,
you
Yes, thank you.
oh, not a problem. Guys,
Yeah, we appreciate
you want to
it.
get down to Savannah, you want to check out the theater that's been operating since 1818 at 5:30 p.m.
Mhm.
That's exact. Guys, you can't beat that.
10:30 p.m.
10:30 p.m.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right, guys, get down. You got to get a hold of Micah. You got to get a hold of Courtney. You got to get a hold of Ghost Coast Paranormal. But most of all, before you go down, you got to stay haunted. All right, guys, we will see you in 2 weeks. Have a good night, guys.
Yes, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.